Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel where we bring you the most intriguing and emotional stories from across the globe. Today we'll be diving into the fascinating narrative of a hidden letter that unveiled shocking truths about a family as past. This is a tale filled with mystery, revelation, and the enduring power of family bonds. It was during one of those quiet moments that changed my life forever. I was at home, surrounded by the familiar comforts of my living space, when I stumbled upon an old wooden chest tucked away in the attic. Curiosity got the better of me, and I couldn't resist the urge to open it. What I found inside was a collection of yellowed letters tied together with a faded ribbon. As I began to read through them, each word felt like a key unlocking a hidden chapter in our family's history. The letters were written by my grandmother, a woman I had loved dearly but whose past I knew little about. As I delved deeper into her words, I uncovered a side of her I never knew existed. One particular letter stood out, its contents so shocking that it left me reeling. It was addressed to a man named Thomas, a name that wasn't associated with any known relative. The letter spoke of a deep love affair, hinting at a secret romance that had blossomed during a time when societal norms were strict and such relationships were kept hidden. With each passing day, my fascination grew. Who was this Thomas? Why had my grandmother concealed this part of her life? And how did he fit into the intricate tapestry of our family history? I found myself consumed with these questions, eager to unravel the truth. My initial reaction was one of surprise. The idea that my grandmother, a woman who had always seemed so conventional and reserved, had once been involved in a passionate love affair was completely unexpected. It was as though I was discovering a hidden facet of her personality, a vibrant, passionate side that had remained dormant for years. As I pondered over her words, a sense of empathy washed over me. I realized that my grandmother's actions had been driven by the societal constraints of her time. In a world where such relationships were stigmatized, she had made a difficult choice to protect herself and her happiness. The revelation of this hidden love affair brought a myriad of emotions to the surface. On one hand, I was filled with admiration for my grandmother's strength and resilience. She had navigated a challenging situation with grace and dignity, ensuring that her personal turmoil did not overshadow her responsibilities to her family. At the same time, I couldn't help but feel a tinge of sadness. My grandmother had carried this burden alone for so long, and I wished I had known about her struggles so that I could have offered her support and understanding. It was during these moments of introspection that I gained a newfound appreciation for my grandmother. Her life was not merely a collection of family obligations and domestic duties. She was a complex, multifaceted individual with dreams, desires, and emotions just like anyone else. The discovery of her hidden love affair humanized her in my eyes. She was no longer just my grandmother. She was a woman who had loved and lost, who had made sacrifices and endured pain. As I continued to pore over the letters, I noticed recurring themes that resonated deeply within me. The scent of lavender that permeated the pages brought back fond memories of my grandmother's hugs. The mention of starlit evenings and whispered secrets painted a vivid picture of the romance she had shared with Thomas. Each word was like a brushstroke on a canvas, slowly forming a portrait of a woman I had thought I knew but truly didn't. It was then that I realized the profound impact these letters would have on me. They had unearthed a part of my family's history that had been buried for decades. And as I contemplated this realization, I felt both honored and humbled. I was honored to be the one entrusted with this knowledge, with the responsibility of preserving and cherishing these precious memories. At the same time, I felt a sense of humility, knowing that my own story was merely a small thread in the vast tapestry of our family's past. However, as the full weight of my discovery settled upon me, a sense of responsibility took hold. I grappled with the question of what to do with this newfound information. Should I share it with the rest of my family? Would it bring them closer together or cause rifts and pain? The thought of causing discord among my relatives filled me with anxiety. I carefully considered the potential consequences of revealing these secrets. On one hand, I yearned for my family to know the truth about their past. It seemed only right that they should have access to this important part of our heritage. Yet I also understood the potential for disruption. Unearthing long-buried emotions could strain relationships and cause pain, something I never intended to do. Torn between my desire for transparency and my fear of causing harm, I found myself at a crossroads. It was a heavy burden to bear, knowing that the fate of our family's unity rested in my hands. But as the days passed, I realized that the truth had a way of coming to light. By trying to bury it or ignore it, I was only adding to the complexity of our family's narrative. With newfound determination, I decided to take a different approach. Instead of succumbing to fear, I chose to embrace the challenge ahead. I knew that revealing these secrets would not be easy, but I was committed to doing it in a way that honored my grandmother's memory and strengthened the bonds within my family. With careful consideration and sensitivity, I began sharing the stories I had uncovered with my family members. The reactions were as varied as the individuals themselves. Some were shocked and needed time to process the revelations. Others were angry, questioning why they had been kept in the dark for so long. And still, there were those who found solace in the shared history, feeling a sense of connection to their ancestors that they had never experienced before. As I witnessed these raw, unfiltered emotions, I felt a mix of sadness and hope. Sadness at the pain that had been caused by the concealment of the truth, but also hope for the healing and growth that could come from it. Through it all, I held on to the belief that my grandmother's spirit was guiding me, giving me the strength to navigate this challenging terrain. In the weeks and months that followed, my family began to heal and grow in ways that none of us had anticipated. The revelation of our family's past had been a catalyst for change, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths and examine our values. Yet it was through this process that we had become closer, more understanding of one another. The scars left by the past still remained, but they were now reminders of our resilience and the lengths to which our ancestors had gone to protect us. We had come to terms with the complexities of our family's history and had emerged stronger and more united than ever before. As I reflect on this profound journey, I am filled with gratitude. Gratitude for the letters that served as the key to our family's hidden past, for the love that had endured through the trials of time, and for the strength that had been passed down to us by our ancestors. Their sacrifices and choices had shaped our present, and we were forever indebted to them. But most importantly, I am grateful for the opportunity to have been a part of this extraordinary tale. To have uncovered a hidden treasure that not only enriched my own life, but also brought my family closer together. It is a privilege that I will cherish for the rest of my days. So here's to the power of family, to the enduring nature of love, and to the transformative journey that began with a hidden letter in the attic. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through the hidden realms of our family's past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more captivating stories. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the endless wonders of our shared human experience.